Moses Moody, now one of the key players of the starting lineup, with the Warriors now 8-0 with both Moses Moody and Brandon Pajemski in the starting lineup. Once an old head who really couldn't find any minutes in the starting lineup, now is really a stalwart of the Warriors' playoff run. In this video today, we're going to break down why I think Moses Moody is key to the Warriors' championship run, and if you stay till the end, a little bit about what he can improve on that will really level up the Warriors. On this first clip right here, Moses Moody is going to be dribbling towards the baseline. In the past, he really struggled having the ball around this part of the court. It's a tough position, and passing out of this requires good knowledge of the Warriors system. The Warriors love to move off ball, and it can be tough to actually know what to do here. So as we play the clip a little bit more, you see Moses Moody kind of do this Steph Curry type move. Sometimes Steph Curry will go from the three-point line all the way into the paint, kind of like wrap around, do a whirly whirl, and then come out. But usually he's looking to pass during that entire sequence. Here, Moses Moody does that exact same thing, and you notice Brandon Pajemski, who's honestly one of the most ferocious cutters in this game specifically, immediately cuts to the basket against Sabonis, and Moses Moody realizes, hey, I can give him a little bit of a handoff pass, and it ends up working out for them, and Brandon Pajemski is able to score after putting it high off the glass. Because the Kings don't really have a shot blocker, it's definitely a good shot versus this Kings team. And we're still in the first half where the Warriors were really destroying the Kings in the paint. Right here, we have Jimmy Butler initiating the offense. Something we saw a little bit more this time, I feel like, versus others. And Jimmy Butler loves to kind of drive it into the paint. He feels like he's a little bit stuck and can't draw a foul and then kicks it out. But he's always drawing attention of basically the whole Kings team. Right here, he drives in, and Moses Moody is left a little bit open. But Jimmy Butler does something smart, and something we really haven't seen much of with the Warriors offense. He comes over and immediately sets a screen for Moses Moody. This kind of, I feel like, confuses the Kings. They're not really used to Jimmy Butler obviously setting screens against them. So then Moses Moody gets onto Keegan Murray right here. He basically checks him out, crosses him up, and he drives, which is something that Moses Moody has over players like Buddy Hield, and something he's really developed this season. He's aggressive now. He's able to drive towards the rim, and Sabonis doesn't help because he feels like, hey, Moses Moody isn't the type of player that's supposed to finish those types of baskets. But he'd be wrong because Moses Moody is an improved player. He's a different player now. He's a player that can really take people off the dribble and score. And by giving him the minutes, by giving him the leash, the 25-plus minutes Steve Kerr has been giving him, he can now showcase his talent that he wasn't able to showcase before. Now, this is an example of why I believe Moses Moody has made it into the starting line, and that's his defense. Keon Ellis is kind of coming over the screen for, one of those normal three-point shots. And essentially, the Warriors are going to do a lock and trail positioning here. So Moses Moody is locked in on Keon Ellis and trying to maintain basically as little distance between him and Keon Ellis as possible without fouling. So it's really kind of a tough position to be in. Look right here, though. He's able to ride him basically all the way into the paint. And what he does a great job here of is contesting without fouling. And that's super important in this Warriors offense and something we didn't see a lot last night. And right there, you see a block. He actually gets a block without fouling in a really, honestly, pretty tough position, which is awesome for Moses Moody because the defense is what's going to keep him on the floor, even when he's struggling on offense. Right here, we have another play where Brandon Pajemski is kind of the on-ball initiator, with Moses Moody kind of as the release valve on the weak side. I want you to watch this play a little bit more. It's clear that the Kings are playing some type of a man defense, but have clearly been instructed to guard the paint as much as possible. And that's an interesting position to be in, but Jimmy Butler is the one on the floor, and there's no Steph Curry. So it makes sense. Now Moses Moody basically meanders up to the top of the key, and he makes a decision immediately, that 1 second decision, which causes Keon Ellis to really basically have to turn around and make his momentum go essentially the opposite way. Moses Moody's able to use his strength, kind of use his shoulder to push off, and you see how strong he is. He gets a huge amount of distance between him and Keon Ellis, and he's able to finish over the top. And Keon Ellis isn't any scrub. He's pretty strong as a player and a pretty good defender, but Moses Moody is able to shake him off like he's nothing. In this clip right here, Draymond Green is going to be initiating the offense, and you see once again they're kind of running a play for Moses Moody. We have Pajemski here, and we have Post here, who are both going to set screens. to allow for Moses Moody to get open over the top. Keon Ellis, once again, he's in charge of that Moody position, that lock and trail, but you see how much more poorly he does in terms of locking and trailing. He's not able to get right up into Moses Moody's grill and really affect the shot. And so that leads to Moses Moody getting a pretty open three and draining it. And those types of movement threes are something I think we can see added to Moody's game, and something we might see more of, especially in the playoffs, when people will be keying in on Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, and by them setting screens can really get Moses Moody open from three and really into a position where he's a movement shooter. Now here's one of the last plays that Moses Moody really has. You see Steph Curry get pretty open under the paint, and then you see it. I don't even need to tell you guys. You see it right here. He's wide open. And Steph Curry now is starting to look for Moses Moody. And that's what really gives me a lot of hope for the playoffs for Moses Moody, is he's starting to look for him when he's open, and when he's open, he shoots it. He isn't afraid. Brendan Pajemski has some of those games where you're not really sure. Is he going to shoot it when he gets it? Is he not going to shoot it when he gets it? But Moses Moody having that green light, I think, is going to be key for his development as a player, and also key for the Warriors, because a knockdown three-point shooter, a lock like Otto Porter Jr. was in 2022, is going to be super important if the Warriors really want to continue this run. But with all that, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers, and please like and subscribe if you love this video, and comment below on what you think about Moses Moody and last night's game. Thank you for watching.